In this next report, we get more details on the government's planned rollout of the National Broadband Connectivity Initiative. Science, Energy and Technology Minister Darrell Vaz and other key stakeholders gave details and timelines at a virtual press brief on Wednesday. Marlon Samuels has that story.
The COVID-19 pandemic has exposed inherent weaknesses in Jamaica's technological infrastructure or lack thereof. Enter the government's National Broadband Initiative. The initiative is two-pronged. The first is a 100-day ICT action plan rollout. Operations Manager of the Traffic Management Unit at the National Works Agency, Michael Sanderson, explains.
The Broadband Initiative consists of two components. One is the immediate set of actions to deal with the COVID pandemic, and another set of actions to deal with the medium to long term to really take Jamaica into the future.
He spoke to the main project components of the rollout.
The main project component is that the government will build out a national free-to-air digital television network, and that is to reach practically 90% of Jamaicans have a TV set, and they get their news from a television set. And so it's important for us to have the ability to reach people in their home. And the best way to do that is to use digital television technology. So the government, through the PBCJ, will roll out a national free-to-air digital television network. The second component is rolling out a national fiber optic communication backbone. And that, when we say national, really mean national. It means that the fiber optic cable will touch every parish capital and come back to Kingston. The third component is to expand public Wi-Fi in public spaces to ensure that those communities that have no infrastructure like fiber can access the internet through public Wi-Fi. And the fourth, and that last, is to provide internet service to schools without internet. So we're prioritizing connecting those schools, which I think is about 320 schools that are now currently without internet, that we need to connect right away.
This initiative will rely heavily on the creation of a national fiber backbone. This is expected to build out public access to Wi-Fi by expanding current hotspots.
The fiber backbone will also support the rolling out of public Wi-Fi hotspots in areas that we couldn't reach before. Right now we have 13 hotspots, and they're primarily in the urban areas across the country. By having a national fiber backbone, you're able to now extend the Wi-Fi hotspots into deep rural communities and enable a lot more Jamaicans to have access to the internet. So the Wi-Fi hotspots, we expect over the next 6 months to move from 13 to at least 30.
Portfolio Minister Vaz outlined the urgent need for the country's upgrade.
We are in a race not just against time, but for our lives and livelihoods. As I said yesterday in Parliament, Jamaica fixed broadband penetration is 11.65%, while mobile penetration is at 59.76%. For the OECD countries, those figures are 33% and 96% respectively. Jamaica cannot compete with the rest of the world given its current ICT infrastructure. The economy will not recover fast enough given the current capabilities.
The GOJ has gotten funding assistance from the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, for the program. A national broadband task force, under the chairmanship of Michael Leachin, has been set up. They will provide high-level guidance to the ministry's team and to ensure that the interaction of the IDB and other stakeholders remains targeted and strategic. For the news on PBCJ, I am Marlon Samuels.